Hello everyone, my name is Appleguy, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. In the previous video, we beat the second half here of the Wind Temple. In today's video, we're going to be defeating the boss of the Wind Temple. And if we have time, we will also be collecting the items from the two treasure charts that we obtained previously throughout this dungeon. There are still a few more treasure charts in the world, but these two are some of the last ones. This is the boss arena, by the way. Here we go. If we enter it, you'll see it as a gigantic bit of sand, which seems like it'd be pretty easy to beat a boss here. A nice flat area of sand. But alas, the sand will rise, and it turns out that the boss really thrives in sand. Because the boss is a giant Alaskan bullworm. That's from SpongeBob. This is Molgera. This is the boss of the Wind Temple. You'll notice it is not at all related to wind. In fact, it is very much so attuned to the sand, which I would say is round or earth. But sure, here we are. Alright, so the sand is very much so like a liquidy sort of consistency in this state. And what we have to do is hookshot Molgera's tongue here and then deal damage to it. Alright, after doing that, Molgera will spawn little Molgeras. And while these little Molgeras aren't actually necessary to defeat the boss, we do want to go out of our way to defeat them because it will make... Oh, lag. Come on, game. Come on, Wii U. There we go. It'll make it a lot easier to target Molgera's real tongue if we defeat the little guys. There we go. You definitely want to keep yourself away from the center because as you saw, there can be some quicksand bits, I guess would be a good way to describe it. As in just little parts of quicksand that are, you know, in and around the area. And they can be very difficult to handle. Here we go. Let's defeat the little Molgeras. Oh, see, I'm kind of caught in quicksand now. You don't want to stand still for too long. There is a lot happening in this boss room. There is an absolute lot happening. So you have to be careful when it comes to where you are located and what is happening around you. Best to keep yourself moving. Alright. Hopefully these little Molgera worms will come over to me, because I'm not really a fan of chasing after them. Oh, hello, large Molgera. You're trying to eat me. Come on. Uh-oh. You almost succeeded in eating me. That would not have been good. Come here. There we go. Plus, fighting little Molgeras gives you something to do while the big Molgera is in the air. Because as you can see, the big Molgera does take times when it is in the air, which makes it it makes it windy, right? That relates to wind as far as a motif here in this temple. It can fly, so that means it's wind, right? Not particularly. There we go. We have slashed Molgera's tongue enough, and without a tongue, Molgera will crumble into sand. Cool. Real easy boss fight there. Lot of lag. This boss room might be the laggiest one in the game. There's a lot of things moving here. The sand is moving, Molgera is moving, little Molgeras are moving, Link is moving. A lot of effects that cause the game to stutter. There's only really one large spike though that we saw close to the start. So that's good. It wasn't too terrible. Hey, we beat the Wind Temple, ladies and gentlemen. We have defeated the boss of the Wind Temple, getting us a heart container, which means we now have 19 hearts out of 20. Very close to the maximum right here. Hello, Makar. It's finally your time. Are you ready? Little guy. I'm gonna miss following you around, Makar. I will miss following you around. Or you following me around, rather. But of course, it's Makar's duty. With that lovely rendition of the song, the Master Sword will receive its final upgrade of the video game, giving it the maximum level of power, restoring its edge, and allowing it to truly defeat evil. The Master Sword has returned. Its blade once again houses the power to repel evil. The sword of the one true hero is revived at last. Link, I fully restored the power to repel evil to your Master Sword. And my ancestors are most satisfied. I shall continue praying to the gods here. Link, please step into the light and return above ground. May the winds of fortune be at your back. Goodbye, Makar. Good luck photosynthesizing in a crypt. A big salute to you, sir. Alright, ladies and gents, we want to see the Master Sword, don't we? Well, too bad there's a cutscene. I see, so the Forsaken Fortress is already... Oh, shoot. That was the king. Aye, like a molting snake that casts off its dead skin. The place is so empty and quiet. One can almost hear the echo of a dead leaf falling to the cold, cracked ground. Why? What ails you? Why lose a long face? The monsters are gone from the world. Doesn't that make you a little happy? That's a little suspicious if you'd ask me. Also, shout out to the mapfish. Link, I have troubling news. Ganon has not shown himself above the seas since Valoo unleashed his fiery wrath upon him. And what's worse, there is not a creature stirring in his base of operations in the world, the Forsaken Fortress. I cannot imagine how it is possible, and yet I cannot shake this foreboding feeling I have about the Princess, Zelda. Link, we must search for all the Triforce shards, that we can head back to Hyrule without delay. King, good idea, but surely you must have forgotten that I have loot. We have some things we need to collect here on the Great Sea, including the Triforce shards, which is the final sort of challenge of the game. I played the wrong song. It is a final challenge of the game, and it is arguably the worst. And I'm not going to get into it now, because we're not doing Triforce collecting in this episode, or the next episode, I don't think. But we will be getting to it eventually, and I will explain my disdain for the Triforce hunt. And I will explain how they improved it in the HD version of the game. But if you are playing along or are familiar with the SD version of the game, you might be really, really upset by the fact that, yeah, Triforce Hunt is real, and we have to do it. Alright, so there are two of the sea charts here we're going to go claim, one of which is on Thorn Fairy Isle, and the other one is on the Isle of Steel. I will now locate... Okay, so Thorn Fairy Isle is directly east of the Tower of Gods. Cool, and Isle of Steel is next to Needle Rock Great Fish area. We will go to Isle of Steel first, probably. It is due south of Great Fish Isle, so we'll head there first. But yeah, sort of next up on the agenda for the game is the last quote-unquote chapter, which would be Triforce Shards. Collecting all the Triforce pieces, and then we will be able to return to Hyrule and complete the game. If I had to estimate, and I'm not really good at estimating, I'll give a real bold, large estimate. 10 episodes is too little, 20 might be too much. We're approaching the end game a little bit here. There's still a lot to do, and it's going to take a while to do it all. But it is not like we're halfway in the game. We are definitely in the latter third, potentially even further than that. Okay, here we are. Wow, that was a weird cross dissolve. We're grabbing this treasure chart right here. This is from the Isle of Steel, and it is a nice silver rupee. All right. We take silver rupees, we use them to buy things. And boy, oh boy, are we gonna need to buy things. A little bit of a... Ooh, actually, yeah, that's a little bit of a tease. I should check my rupee count. How many rupees do I have? I should have plenty, right? 3,000, 4,000, somewhere in there? Right? 2,003, 2,900, okay. That's a good start. I'm not really... Okay, we'll be fine. Yeah. That's something for later on, though. Now, we're going to head over to the Thorn Fairy Isle in order to take care of the last treasure chart here. Let's go ahead and make it daytime as well. Wait, what is the daytime song? What's the daytime song? Oh, this one. There we go. I've been in dungeons the past like 8-10 episodes. There hasn't been that many, but I've been in dungeons for a while. I forgot how to play the Song of Passing. But there we go. Oh, and actually, while I'm stationary, let's go ahead and show off the Master Sword description now that it has been fully upgraded. If we go here, it'll say, this is the legendary Blade of Evil's Bane. Plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We are truly holding the Master Sword at this point. Some may call it the true Master Sword or other things. Different games have different ways because somehow the Master Sword losing its power is not like a new thing in Zelda. It regularly just, it sucks. And so people have different names. True Master Sword. That's something I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, I think another game where the Master Sword loses power. Well, now I can't think of one off the top of my head. I was gonna say Twilight Princess, but that's sort of a different deal. And then Skyward Sword is unfair to say the Master Sword loses its power because, well, spoiler alert, but the Master Sword doesn't exist until like halfway through the game because you make it. That's the origin story of the Master Sword. Breath of the Wild, you could say, because the Master Sword loses power and gets teleported away from you. Anyway, you can call it whatever you want. Hey, here we are approaching the last beam of light here for the video. This will contain our treasure. We earned it from getting a treasure chart in that last temple. Here we go, we can break it on open and uncover a prize. This is a good prize, and it's one of the last times we will ever receive this prize. Ladies and gentlemen, you got a piece of heart. You've collected 3 so far. Collect 1 more to increase your life energy by 1 heart. There is only 1 heart left in the game, which means there is only 1 piece of heart left in the game. And I believe we'll be getting that in the next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all for now. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys put my videos around. And I'll catch you guys all back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.